Up on Pikes Peak, the highest summit in the Rocky Mountains, the father of a 4-year-old boy gives his son a camera. The child takes pictures of everything he sees. Then, many years later, his travels bring him to Tennessee, where every day he documents the majesty and miracles all across the state.
My name is David Duplessis. I'm owner-operator of Tennessee Photographs. One of the things that I like to do is I travel the back roads. Rather than getting on 40, 65, 24, no. I'll take the back roads to these locations. That way I get to see things that people don't get to see. I get to eat places the regulars get to eat at, you know, little towns like that. But I get to go there, I get to go, wow, this is really cool. And I might discover a town that hasn't been photographed a lot. I might discover an old abandoned building that hasn't been photographed a lot. So my favorite part in Tennessee is probably Eastern Tennessee. I don't get to spend as much time there, so I love it even more every time I go. Any chance I can go to Roan Mountain, just please, just send me to Roan Mountain. The state park will ask, hey, do you have a picture of this at Roane Mountain? And I'll be like, no, I don't, but I'll drive 5.5 hours to go get that one picture just for you, just because it's Roane Mountain. Eastern Tennessee is fabulous. I use Roane State Park as the base, right? It's got a beautiful homestead, it's got great trails. They have the cutest little, what are those red salamanders, the red fire salamanders? I once taught a class there for parks, and on that class, we saw at least 38, 40 of them on this one hike, maybe a mile up the mountain. They're just everywhere, and I love those things. What I really love about Roane Mountain State Park is its proximity to Roan Mountain. It's about 10 miles away. So you can use that as a wonderful base and then go up the mountain. Because the mountain is part of the Cherokee National Forest, right? So they've got the rhododendrons. I've been up there in the dead of winter. I've been up there in the summer. I'm going again this summer because I've never actually seen all the rhododendrons in bloom. It's just a wonderful spot. Hardly anybody up there either, which is really nice. It's part of the Appalachian Trail, so you get to meet people that have been on the trail for 600 miles. On the way there, I like to stop at Pickett State Park or Norris Dam State Park. Those are two of my favorite parks. On the way there, on the way back, you can just kind of pull off the road and go. Because of COVID, especially the last few years, the animals have come back everywhere you drive. You know, they're just like, oh, really? The humans are gone. You know, the animals are out there, whether they're on the back roads or in the parks or just in your neighbor's yard. People ask me all the time, what's that flower? I have no idea. It's just pretty, I take its picture. Same thing with those little tiny little owls. Screech owls? I don't know, but they're gorgeous. And those are my favorite. Yeah, I absolutely love owls. My favorite time of year to shoot water, especially when it comes to waterfalls, is wintertime. Most everybody thinks, oh, you should go in the summer, it's green, it's warm. There's also less water. Things are melting, it's raining a lot, so the waterways are full, the rivers are full, so that means the waterfalls are full. It's like one of my favorite places to shoot waterfalls. If anybody's ever been to Rock Island State Park before, they know it's pretty much a great big waterfall. It's got those huge twin falls, some smaller ones, but when you can go down into the gorge, okay, where the dam lets out water, when the dam's closed off, you can go down in there and it looks like a whole alien world, but especially in the wintertime. I really enjoy that kind of shooting. Usually it's a trek also. You don't just fall out of your car and look, there's a pretty waterfall. No, you've usually got to hike 2 or 3 miles to get to it. And I love walking around Tennessee, and whether I'm in sometimes some of those best landscape shots are just outside the city. They're just outside the town that I just got a donut in. You just never know when you're going to see it. You just have to be open enough to see it while you're there. Okay, I carry my camera with me all the time. I've taught several classes about that. One lady goes, I'm not gonna take my camera all the way to, I'm like, okay, don't. And so one day she had her camera in the car on the way to the store and an eagle flew down, okay, landed 25 feet from her car eating its dinner. And she was able to get a picture of that. She's been thanking me for that photograph for the last 5 years. You know, you just have to be aware of your surroundings, especially in landscape photography, because the landscape changes every second. I don't actually know if I have a favorite photo. I have ones that I'm really proud of that I've pulled off just because the conditions were awful. I was teaching a photography workshop on waterfalls at South Cumberland Park at Greeter. As I'm heading in my car to South Cumberland, they're literally closing the roads behind us, so that's how bad the conditions were. We were walking in 6 inches of water, and the water goes down. Right? So the most amazing photo I have that I was so happy to take was of Lower Greeter Falls, engorged with millions of gallons of water just pouring over the top. It was incredible. My camera's wet, I've got spots all over the lens, but it's a terrible picture. It's barely in focus, but I love it. The fact that I get to do this and make a living at it, okay, that I get paid basically to go stand there and go, wow. You know, I can't ask for anything better than that. That's just, I've never been so content my entire life. This is what I've always wanted to do, and I've just worked at it for, 35 years to get to this point to where I can actually do it. And I just don't take that for granted at all.
David's Tennessee photographs have been published all over the world, and yes, they are available online.